about to get started as Isabelle follows ready protocol and puts the ball into play. Quickly advances the ball to her three, looking to get off to a hot start in this women's open doubles final. Lindsay makes the block, and the ball makes its way to Stayce Fowler's three bar. She'll look to shoot against Maya Balcos' stout snake defense. Turns it over to Maya. Isabelle will get her second opportunity. Maybe it's only her first opportunity. I don't remember. It's been a long weekend. Maya shoots a really strong push shot out of the back. Recently had the opportunity to team up with her at TKO in the expert mixed event. She played awesome. Her forward let her down. Lindsay tries to pass it along that far wall to the three bar of Stayce, but it's deflected back into her zone. Attempts the slider. Isn't able to get it to go. And Maya, again, she shoots a hard push shot, but it backfires there as the ball dribbles back into her goal. Early lead here for Stayce and Lindsay, who do have the king seat here. This match is 2 out of 3. I believe that overtime rules would apply, but I can't say with too much certainty if a third and final game decides either set. Lindsay out there on the push side to get the block on Isabelle's snake and clears the ball into the zone of Maya Balcos. And Isabelle stuffs Lindsay to get her team on the board in this opening game of the women's open double final. Here we go. Stayce looking to brush it to her three bar, and she does so nicely with the brush up. Wipes her hands on her shirt to clear the sweat and executes the beautiful push side snake shot. Isabelle tic-tacs on the near side and advances it to her three bar. Will look to cut the deficit to just one goal, and she does so. Nice little split pull side. And Stayce puts the ball back in play. Isabelle with the steal. She's coming out firing. And that was a really strong push side effort by Isabelle, but Lindsay out there. And Stayce trying to take a commanding 4-2 lead in this first game. But Maya there to make the block. I hear she's got some decent players at home to practice her snake defense on. Again, she'll set up in the push shot position out of the back. Does a really great job of not only hammering home some hard push shots, but also executing some really nice lane passes from her two bar to the three bar of her partner, Isabelle Stelly, who has the ball and will look to square it up here. Walks it around a little bit and comes down the middle. Hits the hard recoil. She means business, folks. But Stayce makes a pass, not to her three bar, but to the back of the goal. And they take a 4-3 lead in this women open doubles final. Again, this event is 2 out of 3. And Stayce and Lindsay have the king seat. Here we go. Isabelle puts the ball back into play. She's hit some really nice lane passes so far, and her snake shot has been incredibly powerful as well. But Lindsay, she's down in Tampa, Florida. She has the opportunity to play against a lot of really great snake shooters down there, and her experience and strong goalie play is fully on display here on table number 1. As she makes another block. I'm going to guess, based off of the wrap and based off of the shirt that Lindsay's wearing, that her favorite color is pink. Tries to go down the middle. Isabelle there with the 5-bar to block it up to her 3, and she'll look to hit the push side and square up this first game. It's 4-4. Next point wins. Beautiful fake and brush down by Stayce Fowler, who looked to close out this first game. Wouldn't be shocked to see a timeout here. But Maya stays focused and makes the block. Iveta, William, I know you guys are mentioning removing the camera on the right, but that's for higher powers than me. I have no idea how to do that. Maya putting the ball back into play after Stacey's snake shot went off the table. Clears the ball into the zone of Lindsay Albert, who sets it up in pull shot position, tries the sliding pull into that near corner, the far corner, and the ball lands on the 3-bar of Stayce Fowler, who resets her position, walks it around a little bit, and calls timeout. Both teams coming out firing here. Both teams also blocking pretty well. Both goalies are getting a piece of the snake shot. Really high quality play here. We had the pleasure of having several talented women at this tournament. 13 teams in women's open doubles, which might not sound like too terribly much, but for a state tournament, that is a real great turnout from the female players. A lot of local players in this event from Wisconsin, Illinois, and neighboring states, but again, we've got 4 different states represented on the table, and none of which are Wisconsin in this final here, as Stacey puts the ball back into play, tries the pull side on her snake, but is blocked by Maya. Maya's blocked 2 game winners now, and she's got the ball in her zone and will look to either score or clear against the defensive Stayce Fowler and Lindsay Albert. She does get the ball out. Lands with Lindsay, who tries a pull kick. Blocked by Maya. Maya with a chip pass, I think. That lands on the 3-bar of Isabelle Stelly, who will shoot and go right off the post. That was a really strong pick. That hole was open. She just over-executed, which is easy to do in these high-pressure situations, such as 4-4 in an open final. But her partner's doing a good job of keeping the ball out of the goal, keeping them alive in this first game, and she will take possession and call timeout. Not sure what the timeout situation is. William Benson voting for Stayce Fowler. Hard not to root for any of the ladies on the table. They're all really talented. Maya will put the ball back into play. Tries a lane pass. Isabelle can't hold on. Ball in Lindsay's zone, who tries a similar pass. A little bit of goalie wars action here by the looks of it. And that's not stopping. Ball on Isabelle's 3-bar, and she calls their second timeout. I believe both teams are out of timeouts. I know the team on the right is. I can say with 95% certainty that Stacey and Lindsay are out. So once this ball gets put back into play, they are going to battle it out until this first game's been decided. All right. They go through ready protocol. Isabelle puts the ball back into play by bouncing it out off her outside man on the 3-bar. She hits a tap on the outside, tries a push side, and is blocked by Lindsay. Stacey tries to brush down, which appears to be her bread and butter on the 5-bar. I don't think I've ever shared the table with her, so I can't recall, but Isabelle gets a possession on her 3. And scores a snake shot. They take game number 1. Again, Stacey and Lindsay do have the king seat, so Isabelle and Maya are going to need to build on that strong first game performance to get this first set and eventually hope to take down the king seat team of Stayce Fowler and Lindsay Albert. Lots of great matches to be played today. We've still got open singles, open doubles, open mixed doubles, and expert and rookie doubles, the junior events. We're going to have some really great matches coming to you on table number 1 throughout the course of the day. Stacey puts the ball back into play and again tries the brush down on her 5-bar. Isabelle's doing a really good job of staying home and staying persistent on that 5-bar defense, but Stacey's 5-bar defense pulls through and gets the block, which falls into the goal. 1-0 Fowler and Albert in this second game. I think the difference in the last game was Isabelle got a lot more chances on her 3-bar on that 4-4 final point before she finally put it away with a snake shot. Lindsay just drilled one from the 2-bar. Tries to again. A score from the goalie really opens up a lot of passing lanes too, so I'd look for Lindsay to start clearing the ball to Stacey's 3 as this match progresses, now that she's sort of established that she can shoot and score it. Isabelle stuffs her, though, for what I believe is the second time this match. And Stacey gets a touch, tap outside, right down the middle. Great pick by Stacey Fowler. Isabelle puts the ball back into play, tries a bounce pass. That's blocked by Stacey into the zone of Maya, who clears it up to Isabelle's 3-bar. Another snake shot blocked by Lindsay. Loses control of it, but does a nice job of still getting the ball out of her zone. Stacey here with a chance to take a commanding 4-1 lead in the second game of this Women Open Doubles final. Tries a shot similar to the last one, tap to sort of get Maya thinking she's going somewhere, and then shoot it down the middle, but misexecutes. However, the ball still finds its way into the back of the goal. Stacey and Lindsay are feeling it this game. Looking at the other matches around the room, we just had open doubles on table number 2. Jacob Balcos and Brandon Munoz just took down Matt Weber and Teddy Kruger in 4 games, again playing for the king seat in open doubles. So now Teddy and Matt will have to wait for the losers bracket to play out. Still a lot of really strong teams out there. Moving on with the women's open doubles final. Stacey and Lindsay got that first game, so if they're able to get this one, they will close it out. But we'll see what Isabelle and Maya have to say about that. Lindsay with the ball, clears it to the zone of Maya Balcos, who will set it up in push shot position. Try a short, but it's blocked by Lindsay, who tries a pull kick. And that lands on Stayce Fowler's 3-bar. Maya tries to pass it to the outside man on Isabelle's 3-bar. Isabelle looks to open scoring in this third game, the final game of the first set, and she does with a tap, slight hitch to the middle, and nice pull side. She gets the steal on Stayce here. The women's open singles final just wrapped up before this. And I believe Isabelle beat Stayce. So these two players are quite familiar with one another. They've been playing on table number 1 for north of an hour now, I'd imagine. Lindsay able to keep that ball out of the goal and sets it up in pull shot position. Both teams playing at a really high level here, which again, with 13 teams and a lot of talented women in the field, you have to get to this point. Lindsay able to somehow get that one to go as the ball falls into the goal of Maya Balcos. Stayce and Lindsay really want this game. They do not want to have to go to a second set. Team on the right has a lot of youth as well, an abundance of energy. However, they'll rest up in this timeout, the first called in the third game. Stayce and Lindsay are staying ready. They didn't leave the table. Isabelle walks away, comes back, gives her partner knucks, and she will look to square up this third and final game of the first set of the women's open doubles final. Puts the ball back into play here. Sets it up in snake shot position as she has so many times already. And will look to score against the defense of Lindsay Albert, who continues to block at a high clip. I will say, Isabelle has had a lot more touches, but is shooting sort of a low percentage. Stayce hasn't had as many touches, but when she's had it, she's made her opportunities count. Maya tries the pull kick here. I bet Lindsay will do the same. And she does. The ball lands on the 5-bar of Stayce Fowler, who looks to advance it but has the ball stolen by Isabelle, who hits a hard recoil. Looks like the game counter might have even shifted a little bit for Stayce and Lindsay, but this is 1-1, the final game of the first set of the women's open doubles final. And Isabelle with a deep push side takes a 3-2 lead in this third game. Stayce with a nice pass along the wall, and again, she will set up her snake shot. Looking to square it up here, and she does. That nice split short pull side, and shot it so hard that she pulled the rubber band off of her wrap. Puts the ball back on the table, puts the rubber band back on the wrap, and here we go, 3-3. Nice pass there by Isabelle, who will again shoot her snake shot. And that's 2 in a row now. Her last 2 possessions that she had it on the 3 bar. She got blocked by Lindsay on her first effort, grabbed the rebound, and hammered a push side. We get a switch from the team on the right and a timeout from the team on the left. Great match here going on table number 1. Stacey puts the ball back into play. It's my understanding that since this is an open event, there are overtime rules, but I've been wrong before. Stacey turns the ball over to Maya. And this is set point for Maya Balcos and Isabelle Stelly. Oh, and I was wrong. There was a switch there. That was Isabelle playing in the back. But she calls timeout. They make the switch back. I believe they're out of timeouts now. Lindsay and Stacey have 1. But that won't matter because they won't get to use it. Set point goes to Balcos and Stelly. Now they'll get to do another flip. So for those of you watching that don't know how the finals work when it comes to a second set, they restart totally. It's a brand new match. Both teams flip the coin, choose side, choose drop. Stacey's staying dialed in though. She's staying on the table, continuing to put in work as the second set of this Women Open Doubles final approaches. We'll be back soon. Here we go with the second set of Women's Open Doubles, sponsored by Jessica Waters of Century 21. Isabelle, hard along the wall, and sets it up in snake shot position, looking to take an opening lead, but Lindsay there to make the block as the ball flies off the table. Lindsay's shot goes off the back wall and lands on the 5 bar of Isabelle Stelly, but Stacey Fowler with some hard 5 bar defense and swats it back into the goal. Sort of a lucky break there for Isabelle as she taps the table and looks to square up the score in game number 1. Again, the story here, Teddy, after the first set, Isabelle had way more touches on her 3 bar, but Stacey did a better job of executing her shot and picking her holes, picking the spots.
Okay.
Isabelle is not letting Stacey have her brush down, which appears to be her strong suit.
Off the back wall and in. Ties it up here.
And this match between these two women doubles teams is coming on the heels of the Women Open Singles final, where Isabelle held on after taking the king seat and was able to fend off Stacey to win the title.
Congratulations, Isabelle. Good D there by Maya.
You know what the best part about all this, Teddy, is I get to play Isabelle and Maya in expert doubles after this. For better or for worse.
Really? Yeah, they'll be a tough out, man. They could be. Yeah, anybody can win a foosball match. That's why I love it, you know, like kids, women, a big fat guy, a frail little guy. Anybody can win foosball.
Sure is fun.
Yeah. chasing the ball around. Handle-to-handle combat. Isabelle through the lane like a boss.
Lindsay's done such a good job of staying on Isabelle's 3-bar and keeping this team in the match.
She's done well with the push side.
With the push, with the pull, with the middles, Lindsay's been blocking great.
Yeah, she's solid. I lost the expert doubles event to her one time. She's always been a good player. And I lost to her in mixed too. She's good.
Isabelle takes her time on that attempt and pounds the push side around the defense of Lindsay, though. And Isabelle and Maya are off to a hot start in this first game of the second set. Someone's laughing at the commentating. That's Natalia. I believe that's Sada's friend.
Oh, yep. From California. Hey, Natalia. Ooh, good push on goal. Picked up by Lindsay.
And Maya's done a really great job of making her blocks and clearing the ball. We had some folks complaining about the angle of the second camera here on the right. But I said that, I kind of like it, especially when the goalie has the ball, because it offers just such different perspective on the zone that's being given to you by the opposing team.
Clay Toomey calls this the 5-bar cam. But I like it just because you can see things more distinctively.
Wow, that was a nice pass and catch.
Yeah, it's a rocket. But I wouldn't like to just look at that overhead screen because then you can't see anything else.
You know what I liked a few years ago, and I don't think this was the case last year. I believe it was 2022. The camera on the right was delayed by about 3 seconds.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure that out all weekend.
But that was awesome because you miss something, you blink, and then you can see exactly what happened on the right.
It was perfect, but for some reason they just haven't been able to figure that out. I've had Garrett try and fix that a whole bunch of times. I feel like he's got it fixed, and it goes back to the old way.
Really?
Yeah.
You could find a better guy to do that than Garrett, right?
I don't think so. He's the best we got, bro.
Isabelle and Maya in clear control of this first game with a 4-1 lead. But Lindsay and Stacey are an experienced team. They've been through likely many finals before. I don't expect them to just go away.
They will not. Dead bar.
She's all right at foosball, I guess. Great shot by Stacey. I bet Isabelle calls a timeout here.
How'd you know that? That's 4 times now, you're right. 4 for 4, Connor.
I think Stacey might be asking her if she wants to consider switch. Nope, never mind. They're laughing, telling jokes. This is a good time for them. Everyone's having fun. But strictly business as Isabelle sets the ball up on her 3-bar, looking to close out this first game of the second set of the women's open doubles final. Isn't able to get it to go, but the ball lands in her 5-bar, and she executes a high lane pass.
I'll say it again. You cannot give her the high lane. That's like Sullivan rule. You can't give her the high lane, or Jacob Balcos, anybody who hits the high lane so well. That's the easiest pass.
I agree. So Isabelle has tried push side. She's tried pull side. She's tried middle. Let's see if she tries something in between here. Goes back to the push side, and Lindsay's there to make the block.
Yeah, that's a few in a row now.
It's 4 in a row for Lindsay. Again, the team on the left, Stacey and Lindsay, as Stacey executes that nice high lane and will look to cut the deficit to 1. They've just got so much experience and a level of professionalism that they just won't go away in this match, and I expect them to continue to be resilient and try to take this title home.
Couple of saves there by Lindsay.
I've mentioned this a couple times before you jumped in, Teddy, but how awesome is it to have representation from 4 different states on the table here?
Yeah, very cool. Oh, beautiful dish by Maya there. Push kick pass. Here's Isabelle. Yeah, Lindsay protects that push side once again.
5 straight blocks for Lindsay Albert.
And a steal here by Stayce Fowler. And another push kick pass. Couldn't hold on, though. The ball will roll to Lindsay. All right, Isabelle along the wall, taken away by Stacey.
Sorry. Can you say to move left a little bit?
Yes. All right, timeout somebody there.
We got Seda Kruger and Brandon Munoz in front of us, and Seda might be just as tall as him.
She might be taller, I think.
Here we go. Stacey puts the ball back into play, trailing 3-4 in this second set, first game of the Women's Open Doubles Final, but she looks to square it up here. Maya there to make the block. The ball lands in the zone of Lindsay Albert.
It's 3 in a row from Maya. Blocks, that is. And Lindsay's just doing a heck of a job keeping all kinds of crap out again there. It's unbelievable. She's like Randy Van Oss. She's incredible. Great pull kick there.
Guess who's there to make the block, though?
Yep. Oh, I thought for sure that went in.
It sounded like it because the ball went in on another table.
At the same time.
Maya there to make the block again. Both teams doing a great job of protecting the goal. That's 4 straight blocks for Maya Balcos and 5 straight blocks for Lindsay Albert.
Yeah, the way she's just keeping the trash out of the goal, just watch her, you guys.
Totally composed and totally ripping shots.
And she has to do it like 3 times every possession, it seems. She's just constantly digging it up.
Here we go again. I bet she scores here. That'll do.
Gives her forward a chance to tie this one up.
I bet we see a timeout here.
Big Rock, I don't think so. She's shooting.
Second effort. Wow. So 6 straight blocks for Maya Balcos.
Gonna have to do it again here.
5 straight from Lindsay. And I said something before the shot, so I figured I'd curse it. But 7th straight block for Maya. So we're looking at a dozen blocks in a row. And that means that's all from this ball. Is that right? Or did I miss something?
I think so. I think most of them are. It's been a long ball for sure. but a great defensive game, no doubt. Yeah, you are watching set 2, game 1.
These 4 players are going to have to start paying rent on table 1. They have been in this match for 56 minutes. Oh, and Lindsay
in.
makes the block. However, the ball trickles in as Isabelle Stelly and Maya Balcos take a 1-0 game lead in the second set. Their head is above water for the first time since stepping up to the table here. Again, want to take a chance in between these games to thank the sponsor for this event, Jessica Waters from Century 21, and the statement from her that she wanted us to share with you on the stream today is that she's been involved in the real estate industry for almost half of her life, from assistant to the broker, from the office manager to the broker associate. As a native of Green Bay and an experienced agent, she's well qualified to help buyers and sellers with any of their real estate needs. And in her personal life and her business, she likes to live her life by the old adage, treat others as you would like to be treated. Every client is important to her, and it's her goal to make each transaction as smooth and simple as possible. And when she's not helping clients, she enjoys spending time with her husband, children, and family, doing activities such as hunting, skiing, and spending time outdoors. No foosball mentioned, though.
She was a league player back in the day. I don't know if she still plays. Her husband is used to be a league player too. Tony Waters, he's here too.
Cool.
Pull kick bank, Lindsay Albert. Ooh, another good job keeping one out by Lindsay. And again. All right, taken away here, though, by Isabelle.
Finally.
Was that a flip over?
It looked like a flip over split.
A
Cut back.
Clever lane pass there by Stacey. Loses it back, though.
Here we go. Stacey looking to take a 2-1 lead in game number 2. Maya Balcos defending.
Showing a reverse here. Using 3-man now. Stayce Fowler in and out of the push side. Isabelle's stick up taken away now. Chance to go up 3-1.
Not the first try. She'll get a second, though.
And another.
Why not? She's tried her push side the last 2 attempts, I believe.
Well, she got one to go. It was in and out, so she got around her there, too.
Beautiful.
3-1 here in game 2. Isabelle found a way to hold on to that.
As a fan, I'm hoping for a game 3 here.
Last year, the women's finals were awesome. The women's doubles and women's singles, such great matches, and we lost. We lost one of them. I forgot which one we lost.
Oh, no.
Good shot there by Lindsay. Maya keeps it out, though. And we got backups for our backups this year for footage. Great pull kick pass there by Maya. Isabelle hopping a little bit.
We've officially hit the hour mark in this women's open doubles final.
Block back into the goal, 4-1 for the team on the left.
Stacey and Lindsay are just one ball away from sending this to a third game in the second set.
Pull shot, Isabelle Stelly. And she goes slinger.
Did she go slinger,
She
or was that
went
just
slinger.
a hitch around straight that went off the post?
99% sure it was a slinger, and it hit off of something and went back in.
It went in.
Her own goal. But when you're down a handful like that, you know, I like doing that too.
Yeah, I like the idea of her setting up in pull shot position there to sort of feel out what Lindsay's pull shot defense is like. But I would have liked to see her try a real pull shot, since Lindsay's has such a good handle on her snake the last few games.
But the inside slinger's a chess move. If you see a standard formation, you go right around them, and bam, you're right back in business, bro. No?
Slingshot's got to be left in the bar.
No way. Okay, to the near wall slinger, but you let me keep my far wall, because I'll use that in tournament play. You can see it real well. It's so easy to see that off the far wall.
We can agree to disagree. That's okay.
All right. But the near wall one, I feel like they could accidentally move into the way. So I'm not going to use that during tournament play.
I'm not going to use either. But I have a near wall that I use. Just not in tournaments.
Game 3 coming your way.
Both teams playing at a really high level.
It is win by 2 here, if we happen to get there.
Since Stacey and Lindsay won the last game, Isabelle and Maya will get the pleasure of having the ball first here. And Isabelle puts the ball back into play, has her pass blocked by Stacey, and the ball lands in the zone of Maya, who tries a short push shot effort.
Isabelle with a big shoulder fake. Tried to send it down the middle after that, but it went back in her own goal because of good D by Lindsay.
Yeah, and this is the professionalism that I talked about between Stacey and Lindsay. They have been here so many times before. They've been through this. They know what they need to do. They need to stick to their guns.
Yeah, the young guns versus the veterans, right?
Yeah.
That's the battle that's taking place right in front of you.
And Maya's played really well. She's blocked at a really high level, but she has let a few slot balls go in as well. And that's sort of been a difference maker. Lindsay's done a really good job of keeping all that out, and Maya's let a couple slip in.
And
but again,
that could be the difference right there.
It could absolutely be the difference. But again, Maya is blocking incredibly well, too. Both of these teams, again, playing at such a high level. Lindsay absolutely rips a push shot there, which lands on the 3-bar of Stayce Fowler as she looks to execute and take a 2-0 lead in this third game of the second set of the Women's Open Doubles Final. And she does with a nice pull side. And again, this is 2 out of 3, so this is the final game. But if we get to 4-4 here, we'll have overtime.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm not worried about Isabelle going into a shell being down 0-2 here. She's as tough as anyone.
She doesn't look phased.
No. She's like Mason Graham, a foosball robot. A cyborg, somebody called him.
Was that somebody you?
No. One of his own people. It was Ben Winnow.
Stacey walks it around, regrips, and hits the push set. Ooh. I don't know if I like this switch. Maya's been playing goalie for the last hour, and Isabelle's been really strong on her 5. I almost would prefer to see Isabelle advance the ball and then call the timeout to let Maya shoot. I do like that because I know Maya's got a really strong push side or push shot. But there could be some benefit to making the switch, I suppose.
All right. Stayce shooting. Isabelle defending. Left hook sent, picked up by Maya. And Maya's got a good snake shot.
She's been looking at Lindsay's defense for the last hour and wondering why Isabel's running into those men so often. She said, "This is easy. All you got to do is put your wrist on the rod and follow through." Stayce looks to take a 4-1 lead in this final game of the Women Open Doubles Finals, sponsored by Jessica Waters of Select 21, or Century 21, not Select.
Yep.
Good timeout here by Stayce as she looks at Isabel's defense for one of the few rare times. However, Stayce has been shooting on Isabelle quite a bit as they played the Women's Open Singles Final right before this. So she knows what to expect. She's talking things over with her partner Lindsay and will look to execute and take an even more commanding lead here. But again, the team on the right, they don't even look phased. They're right in this thing.
Yeah, Maya's not phased either. She's seen enough now where she can handle it. Even if it got bad, she could handle it. Big block there by Isabelle, and then she blocked it again as it jumped toward the goal and kicked it off the table.
That's not easy to do.
It's refreshing to see these young girls playing so well, isn't it, Connor?
It is.
They're good. They're deadly.
I bet Isabelle tries to rip something here, and she does, but it lands on the 3-bar of Stayce Fowler, who will set up her rollover.
Stayce with a big rock. Push side.
We've got match ball.
Clip just off the post, and Isabelle's coming back up front now. Tried the stick up. Stayce got a man on it, but comes to Isabelle's 3. And she's going to go back to the pole here. I bet you she's got a good one.
I'm sure. I would have liked to have seen her call a timeout and have Maya come up there and shoot it again.
I just feel like Isabelle's snake shot is so good, she doesn't really have to go away from it. You just keep plugging away. And eventually you figure a rhythm or a fake or a hitch or whatever to move them where you want to move them. Another good save by Lindsay Albert there.
And kudos to Maya Balcos for making what could be the set-saving block there. Again, maybe she just won't let the ball in at all, and they'll take this.
Pull kick pass there, and Isabelle's going to bring Maya back up front after she scored the first point.
And I believe that's their second timeout, so now they are stuck like this.
Okay.
Little conversation about timeouts here that we can't hear behind this glass. They come to an agreement, and Maya puts the ball back into play, setting up her rollover. Hits a couple of nice hitches and tries to go pull side. She executed that well, but Lindsay was just in the way. That's Maya's first miss on the 3-bar this entire set. Lindsay tries to put the match away with a strong pull kick out of the back. Attempts to again, but the ball lands on the 5-bar of Stayce Fowler, who goes nicely along the wall. Isabelle's done a really good job of keeping Stayce off that wall, but Maya lets it through. Stayce sets up her snake shot and hits the push side, what I believe was off the wall or the post. No fight. Lots of fight from the team on your right here. Refusing to give up, refusing to let that last ball go in the goal.
Not sure what the conversation is there.
Stacey's looking at us like we should know. Maybe I'll start rewinding. No, we're good.
All right, ball back into play here. And block back into the goal. Stayce Fowler Lindsay Albert, your 2024 Women's Open Doubles champions. Runners-up, Maya Balcos and Isabelle Stelly.
Congratulations to both teams. That was an excellent match to watch. We'll have more foosball coming to you soon.